Imagine finding a dusty old penny in your attic, only to discover it's worth more than your car. Sound impossible? Well, for some lucky collectors, it's a very real story. We're diving into the incredible journeys of forgotten wheat pennies that transformed from loose change into life-changing fortunes. You won't believe what some of these unassuming coins are truly worth. Number 1. Have you ever held a coin so mysterious that it looks ordinary, yet collectors across America would pay thousands just to own it? Today, we are diving deep into one of the most legendary and fascinating coins in United States history, the 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark. This coin has stunned the numismatic world for decades, not just for its rarity, but for the incredible story behind its creation, discovery, and astonishing value in today's market. The year 1955 was a turning point in U.S. mint history. During a late-night run at the Philadelphia Mint, a mechanical error produced one of the most famous mistakes ever, the 1955 double-die wheat penny. This error was so dramatic that the inscriptions, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," appear double to the naked eye, and even the date 1955 looks like it was struck twice. Yet, what makes it even more extraordinary is that this coin carries no mint mark, meaning it was struck only at the Philadelphia Mint, and every surviving piece comes from that one fateful production batch. This coin's story begins with human error and ends with numismatic legend. Late one evening, while mint workers were striking Lincoln cents, a misalignment occurred between the working die and the hub that imprints the coin's design. The result was a dramatic double impression, an error so striking that even untrained eyes could see it clearly. Instead of being caught and destroyed, roughly 24,000 of these coins were accidentally mixed with regular 1955 cents and released into circulation in New England through cigarette vending machines. Imagine finding one of those in your change back then, a treasure hidden in plain sight. The 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny became an overnight sensation among collectors. Newspapers wrote stories, coin dealers were flooded with inquiries, and everyday Americans began examining their pocket change with newfound excitement. Its fame helped ignite the modern coin collecting hobby in the United States. Today, this coin remains one of the most desired and recognizable mint eras in American history, cherished for its beauty, story, and rarity. Let us take a closer look at the design details that make this coin iconic. On the obverse, you will see the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," surround his profile, while the date 1955 stands boldly to the right, with its famous doubling that gives the coin its dramatic character. On the reverse, the wheat ears frame the denomination, 1 cent, and the words, "United States of America," a timeless symbol of early 20th century coin design. Collectors value this coin not only for its appearance but also for its legacy. The 1955 double-die wheat penny has inspired generations of collectors to look closer at every coin they handle. Many experts recommend examining the lettering and date with magnification, as there are thousands of counterfeits and machine-doubling fakes, but none match the true beauty and sharp doubling of the genuine variety. Real examples show strong doubling on Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the numerals 1-9-5-5. Over the years, this coin has been authenticated by top grading services like PCGS and NGC, with high-grade specimens commanding truly jaw-dropping prices at auction. Even circulated examples can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on condition. Uncirculated specimens with strong luster and minimal marks are especially rare, since most were spent before collectors knew their significance. Now let us reveal the incredible truth, the real auction records that made history. A pristine 1955 no-mint mark double-die wheat penny graded mint state 65 red by PCGS sold for an astonishing $114,000 at Heritage Auctions in 2006. Another brilliant example graded MS 64 red-brown brought over $50,000 in a separate auction. Even lightly circulated coins in lower grades often sell for several $1,000s. A reminder that this humble 1-cent piece can be worth more than pure gold. So, If you ever come across a 1955 wheat penny with no mint mark, look closely. It could be one of the most valuable era coins ever made in the United States of America. This legendary coin continues to excite collectors, inspire treasure hunters, and remind us that history can be found in the smallest details of everyday change. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with other collectors, and make sure to subscribe to HD Coins World for more stories about rare and valuable US coins. Comment below if you have a 1955 wheat penny or want to learn more about rare 1-cent treasures. Your next coin discovery might be worth a fortune. Number 2. Have you ever wondered if a small copper coin in your pocket could hold the power to change your life? Imagine finding a penny that has survived more than 100 years, struck during the First World War, and still carrying secrets that only true collectors can recognize. Today, we are unlocking the story of one of the most sought-after early Lincoln cents, the 1917 wheat penny with the S mint mark. A coin so rich in history, rarity, and collector demand that its value has skyrocketed to breathtaking heights over the decades. The 1917 S wheat penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint, the western branch of the United States Mint that produced coins for circulation during a time of global turmoil. World War I was raging overseas, materials were scarce, and yet, the San Francisco Mint managed to create one of the finest copper cents in early 20th century America. Each of these coins bore the small yet powerful S mint mark, a symbol that today marks it as a prized treasure in the eyes of collectors nationwide. The design of this coin tells a story of patriotism and artistry. On the obverse side is the enduring portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This portrait replaced the Indian head cent and became the longest-running design in U.S. history. Around Lincoln's image are the words, "In God we trust, liberty," and the date 1917. Flip the coin over, and you will see two elegant wheat ears encircling the inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America, a design that inspired the nickname, Wheat Penny. But not all 1917 S wheat pennies are created equal. Many of these coins were heavily used in circulation, meaning most survivors today are worn, discolored, or damaged. High-grade examples are extremely rare because the coins were struck in limited quantities, just over 50 million pieces, and few were saved at the time. The sharpness of the S mint mark, the clarity of the wheat stalks, and the brightness of the copper surface all play major roles in determining the coin's value today. Collectors carefully study these tiny details to separate an ordinary coin from a true gem. There are also fascinating varieties and striking quirks to look for on this coin. Some examples display weak strikes where Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks lack detail, a common issue for early San Francisco Mint coins. Others show light dye cracks or small planchet imperfections, which are normal for that era and sometimes even increase collector interest. However, the rarest of all are those graded in mint state red condition, showing the original fiery copper glow that has survived more than a century without fading. The 1917 S wheat penny remains one of the most challenging early Lincoln cents to find in top condition. Experts from PCGS and NGC note that fewer than a few dozen examples exist in grades above MS65. That level of rarity makes it a centerpiece in any serious wheat penny collection. Collectors across the United States hunt for these coins not only for their beauty but for their connection to America's wartime history, when every cent represented hard work and perseverance. Now, let us reveal the thrilling part, the real auction prices that have stunned collectors worldwide. A superb 1917 S Lincoln wheat penny graded mint state 66 red by PCGS sold for an incredible $58,750 at Heritage Auctions in 2006. Another breathtaking specimen graded MS65 red brought $31,000 at auction. Even coins in lower grades, such as extremely fine or about uncirculated, can still sell for several $100s today, proving how valuable and respected this coin remains among collectors. So, if you ever come across a 1917 S wheat penny, look closely. That tiny S below the date could make all the difference. You might be holding a true relic from America's past, a coin that carries both history and immense collector value. Keep your eyes open, because treasures like this can still be found in old collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars waiting to be rediscovered. Number 3. Have you ever held a coin so seemingly ordinary that it slips through the hands of most collectors, yet secretly holds a staggering fortune and a dramatic story from America's past? Today, we are uncovering the mystery behind one of the most legendary and highly sought-after Lincoln cents, the 1944 Wheat Penny with the D mint mark. This coin is more than copper in date. It is a direct connection to history, rarity, and an intense collector passion that spans decades. The 1944 D Wheat Penny was struck at the Denver Mint during the height of World War II, a period when the United States faced both economic and material challenges. Copper was a critical war resource, yet the Denver Mint continued producing pennies with the familiar Lincoln wheat design to maintain everyday currency circulation. Each coin bears the small D mint mark, denoting its origin, and today that tiny letter represents an ultra-rare treasure for collectors seeking both historical significance and value. The design of this coin is classic and iconic. On the obverse, you will find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner and first issued in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's centennial. Surrounding Lincoln are the words, "In God we trust," "Liberty," and the date 1944, clearly showing its era. Flip the coin over, and 2 wheat stalks frame the denomination, 1 cent, and the country's name, United States of America. A simple yet elegant tribute to America's agricultural foundation during a time of global conflict. What makes the 1944 D Wheat Penny so extraordinary is not just its design, but its scarcity in high grades. Millions were struck for circulation, yet very few survived the wear and tear of decades of use. Coins with sharp detail, full wheat ears, and original copper luster are extremely rare and highly coveted. Collectors seek out subtle features, such as the clarity of the D mint mark, the strike quality on Lincoln's profile, and the condition of the wheat stalks, as these details dramatically impact the coin's value and collectability. This coin also has fascinating varieties and striking quirks to watch for. Some examples show slight die cracks or small planchet flaws, common for wartime minting conditions. Others may exhibit a lighter strike or minor polishing, which can slightly decrease value but still hold significant interest for collectors. True experts can identify these differences instantly, as they separate a common circulated piece from a numismatic masterpiece. The 1944 D Wheat Penny is particularly admired by collectors for its historical connection to World War II, when the Denver Mint played a vital role in producing coins for an entire nation under extraordinary circumstances. Its combination of history, artistry, and rarity makes it a centerpiece for serious collectors of Lincoln cents. Each coin tells a story of perseverance, craftsmanship, and the challenges of minting during wartime, which is why demand remains consistently high across the United States. Now, let us reveal the thrilling truth: the verified real auction prices that excite collectors worldwide. A high-grade 1944 D Wheat Penny graded MS-66 red by PCGS sold for an astonishing $24,750 at Heritage Auctions. Another stunning example, graded MS-65 red brown, fetched $12,500. Even coins in lower circulated grades still sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, making this 1-cent coin one of the most respected and desired in the entire Wheat Penny series. So, if you ever come across a 1944 D Wheat Penny in circulation, an old collection, or even a coin jar, examine it carefully. That tiny D could be the key to a historic treasure and a fortune hidden in plain sight. This coin continues to inspire collectors, historians, and treasure hunters to search deeper, look closer, and preserve the remarkable legacy of American coinage. Number 4. Have you ever held a coin in your hand that looks ordinary at first glance, yet hides a secret worth thousands of dollars and over 80 years of history? Today, we are revealing the story behind one of the most coveted Lincoln cents of all time, the 1936 Wheat Penny with no mint mark. This coin is a perfect blend of historical significance, rarity, and collector fascination, making it a true gem for serious numismatists across the United States. The 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's flagship mint, during a turbulent era in American history. The United States was slowly recovering from the Great Depression, and every coin in circulation carried both practical and symbolic importance. Unlike pennies from Denver or San Francisco, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark, making the no-mint mark designation both ordinary and extraordinary. Ordinary because it was common for Philadelphia coins, yet extraordinary because the 1936 cents in high grade are exceptionally rare. The design of this coin is a hallmark of early 20th century American artistry. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1936 surround the portrait, offering clarity and elegance. Flip the coin over, and two graceful wheat stalks frame the denomination, 1 cent, and the words, "United States of America," creating the iconic wheat penny design that collectors have cherished for generations. What makes the 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny truly remarkable is its rarity in high-grade condition. Millions of these coins were produced for everyday use, but circulation over more than 80 years has left very few examples in pristine condition. Collectors actively search for coins with strong detail on Lincoln's hair, clear wheat stalks, and smooth surfaces, as these attributes dramatically increase the coin's desirability and market value. Coins with original red or red-brown luster are especially prized for their visual appeal and historical authenticity. This coin also exhibits intriguing variations and minting quirks that excite collectors. Some examples show light die cracks or minor planchet imperfections, which are normal for coins of this era and sometimes even increase their appeal to collectors. Others may have slightly weak strikes on the wheat ears or Lincoln's profile, making the identification of genuine high-grade specimens a task for experienced numismatists. Each subtle difference can separate a common circulated coin from a true collector's treasure. The 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because it bridges both history and artistry. Coins from this era represent the perseverance of Americans during the Great Depression and the craftsmanship of the Philadelphia Mint during challenging economic times. Serious collectors prize these coins not only for their monetary value but also for their connection to the cultural and historical context of 1930s America. Now, let us reveal the verified auction records that excite collectors worldwide. A high-grade 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny graded MS-65 red by PCGS sold for an astonishing $22,000 at Heritage Auctions. Another remarkable example graded MS-64 red-brown achieved $12,500. Even coins in lower circulated grades remain in high demand, often selling for several hundred to a few $1,000s, proving that this humble 1-cent coin is anything but ordinary. So, if you ever come across a 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny in an old collection, estate sale, or forgotten coin jar, examine it carefully. That small, unassuming coin could be a priceless piece of history and a rare collector's gem. This coin continues to inspire enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and historians to search, discover, and preserve America's rich numismatic heritage. Number 5. Have you ever held a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, yet could be worth thousands of dollars and carried decades of history in your hands? Today, we are uncovering the story of the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark, a rare and highly sought-after Lincoln cent that continues to fascinate collectors across the United States. This coin is not just a piece of copper, it is a tangible connection to the final year of World War II and the resilience of American coinage. The 1945 no-mint mark wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's original mint facility. Unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia pennies carry no mint mark, which makes the no mint mark designation standard for this mint. Despite its ordinary appearance in circulation, coins in high grade from 1945 are surprisingly rare due to decades of wear and heavy usage during and after the war. The design of this coin is timeless. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. Surrounding Lincoln are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1945. On the reverse, two wheat ears elegantly frame 1 cent and "United States of America," maintaining the classic wheat penny design cherished by collectors for generations. What makes the 1945 no-mint mark wheat penny extraordinary is its scarcity in pristine condition. Millions were struck for circulation, but after decades in wallets, cash registers, and coin jars, very few coins have survived with sharp detail, smooth surfaces, and original red or red-brown luster. Collectors prize examples with strong Lincoln hair detail and fully defined wheat stalks, as these attributes dramatically increase the coin's value and desirability. This coin also presents subtle minting quirks and variations that excite collectors. Some examples show light die cracks, minor planchet imperfections, or slight strike weaknesses, which are common for Philadelphia mint coins of this era. Experienced collectors use these details to authenticate coins and separate ordinary circulated pieces from rare high-grade specimens. The 1945 no-mint mark wheat penny is prized not only for its numismatic qualities but also for its historical significance. It represents a nation at the end of World War II, when everyday coins were still produced carefully, preserving the craftsmanship and artistry of the Philadelphia Mint. Each coin is a small window into American history, telling the story of resilience, dedication, and the continuity of currency during challenging times. Now, let's reveal the verified auction prices that make this coin truly exciting for collectors. A 1945 no-mint mark wheat penny graded MS-65 read by PCGS has sold for approximately $7,500 at heritage auctions. Another example graded MS-64 red brown achieved $4,250. Even circulated coins in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition can sell for several hundred to over $1,000, demonstrating the enduring collector demand for this historic cent. So, if you ever come across a 1945 no-mint mark wheat penny in circulation, an old collection, or a forgotten coin jar, examine it carefully. That small, seemingly ordinary penny could be a rare and valuable collector's treasure. Every detail counts, and your next coin discovery might be a hidden gem from America's past. Number 6. Have you ever held a coin so seemingly ordinary that most people would overlook it, yet it holds decades of history and thousands of dollars in potential value? Today, we are uncovering the story of one of the most elusive Lincoln cents, the 1939 wheat penny with no mint mark. This coin is a perfect blend of historical significance, numismatic rarity, and collector demand that continues to captivate enthusiasts across the United States. The 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's original and flagship facility. Unlike Denver or San Francisco coins, Philadelphia pennies carried no mint mark, which makes them harder to distinguish by location but does not diminish their importance. In 1939, the United States was still recovering from the Great Depression, and every coin carried both practical use and symbolic value, a representation of everyday American life and perseverance. The design of this coin is iconic and timeless. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. Surrounding Lincoln are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1939, forming a crisp and elegant portrait of American history. On the reverse, the two wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, creating the classic wheat penny design that collectors have cherished for over a century. What makes the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny particularly extraordinary is its scarcity in high-grade condition. Millions of these pennies were struck for circulation, yet over 80 years of use have left very few surviving examples in pristine condition. Collectors focus on coins with strong detail in Lincoln's hair, sharp wheat stalks, and smooth surfaces, as these attributes greatly affect the coin's value. Coins with original red or red-brown luster are especially prized for their beauty and authenticity. This coin also exhibits fascinating minting characteristics and subtle variations. Some examples show slight die cracks or minor planchet imperfections, natural for coins of this era and sometimes increasing their appeal. Others may exhibit slightly weak strikes on the wheat ears or Lincoln's profile, which helps experts distinguish genuine high-grade specimens from circulated or refurbished coins. Every detail matters when determining true rarity and value. Collectors prize the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny not just for its monetary value, but for its connection to history. It represents an America still in recovery from the Great Depression, where every cent mattered and craftsmanship in minting was of paramount importance. This coin connects collectors directly to the everyday lives of Americans in the late 1930s, making it a story as much as a treasure. Now, let's reveal the verified auction prices that bring this coin to life. A 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny graded MS-65 read by PCGS has sold for approximately $10,500 at heritage auctions. Another example graded MS-64 red brown achieved $6,750. Even circulated coins in about uncirculated or extremely fine condition often sell for several hundred to a few $1,000s, highlighting the enduring demand for this coin among serious collectors. So, if you ever come across a 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny in circulation, an old collection, or a forgotten coin jar, examine it carefully. That tiny, unassuming cent could be a rare relic of American history and a highly sought-after collector's gem. Each coin tells a story of perseverance, artistry, and the history of the Philadelphia Mint. Number 7. Have you ever held a coin so ordinary at first glance that it slips through the hands of most collectors, yet could be worth thousands of dollars? Today, we are uncovering the story behind one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents in the United States, the 1941 Wheat Penny. This coin is not just copper in date, it is a piece of American history, rarity, and enduring collector fascination. The 1941 Wheat Penny was struck at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d beneath the date, indicating its origin. In 1941, the United States was on the brink of joining World War II, and the Denver Mint was producing coins for the growing demand across the western United States. Each coin carries the imprint of a nation preparing for global conflict, while maintaining everyday currency for its citizens. The coin's design is a hallmark of American numismatic artistry. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. Surrounding Lincoln are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1941. On the reverse, 2 wheat ears frame 1 cent, and "United States of America," forming the iconic wheat penny design cherished by collectors for over a century. What makes the 1941 Wheat Penny remarkable is its rarity in high-grade condition. Millions were struck for circulation, but decades of handling have left very few coins in pristine condition today. Collectors prize examples with sharp detail on Lincoln's hair, crisp wheat stalks, and smooth surfaces. Coins with original red or red-brown luster are especially valuable, often becoming the centerpiece of serious wheat penny collections. This coin also presents subtle variations and minting quirks that excite expert collectors. Some coins display minor die cracks or planchet imperfections, common in Denver Mint strikes of the era, while others show slightly weak strikes on Lincoln's profile or the wheat ears. These details are critical for distinguishing high-value examples from ordinary circulated coins and for authenticating rare varieties. The 1941 Wheat Penny is highly sought after not only for its numismatic qualities but also for its connection to American history. Coins from this year represent a country on the verge of global engagement, yet preserving everyday life through careful minting practices. Each coin carries a story of perseverance, craftsmanship, and historical significance, making it highly desirable among collectors nationwide. Now, let's reveal the real auction excitement, the verified prices that collectors pay for this coin. A 1941 Wheat Penny graded MS-65 read by PCGS has sold for approximately $12,500 at heritage auctions. Another coin graded MS-64 red brown achieved $7,800. Even circulated examples in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition can sell for several hundred to over $1,000, proving that this coin remains highly coveted. So, if you ever come across a 1941 wheat penny in circulation, an old collection, or even a forgotten coin jar, examine it carefully. That small, unassuming cent could be a rare relic of American history and a valuable collector's treasure. Every detail matters, and your next coin discovery might be a historic gem waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more ultra-rare and valuable US coins, give this video a like, subscribe to HD Coins World, and turn on notifications for future discoveries. Comment below if you own a 1941 wheat penny or want to learn how to identify one. Your next coin could hold incredible value.